Hey there, and welcome to my classroom. Look, I know stepping into the chaos of a new room as a substitute teacher can be, well, a little daunting, especially when you're handed this super specific assignment to execute a 5-minute lesson presentation. But hey, don't stress. As a senior technology teacher, I've got your back. I'm going to be your mentor today. We're going to build a brilliant, CAPS-aligned, problem-based learning presentation that you can confidently deliver and ultimately record for your assignment. We're taking the theory and turning it straight into pure classroom survival skills.
So, here's our game plan for today's explainer. We're going to start with a quick welcome to the lab, define what the technology subject actually is, unpack the engine of problem-based learning, navigate our CAPS document, and finally, get down to the nuts and bolts of building out your actual lesson plan.
All right, let's jump right into the deep end. Welcome to the lab, and more importantly, stepping into the senior phase.
Before you even think about jotting down a single note for your presentation, we really need to answer the big question. What exactly are you teaching today? You've got this strict 5-minute window to prove you can hold down a technology class while the regular teacher is out on leave. But to pull that off effectively, we've got to clear up a massive misconception first.
And that brings us to defining the technology subject itself, because trust me, it is so much more than just everyday devices.
This right here is honestly the biggest rookie mistake substitute teachers make. They confuse everyday devices with the actual academic subject. You see, general technology is just the human-made world, right? It's the systems and tools we use to meet our needs. But the technology subject that you're teaching, that is strictly about education. It's about empowering your learners to apply the design process to solve authentic, real-world problems responsibly. So you're not just showing them how to use a smartboard or a tablet. No way. You are teaching them how to become innovators and critical thinkers who actually evaluate how tech impacts society and the environment.
Now, when you look at how the curriculum positions your senior phase students, you'll see they're bridging a really crucial gap. They're taking all that foundational natural sciences knowledge from primary school, and your class is getting them ready for highly specialized high school fields. We're talking civil, mechanical, or electrical technology. Seriously, your 5-minute lesson is literally a building block for their future careers as artisans, technicians, and engineers. It's pretty cool when you think about it.
Okay, so to get them ready for those futures, we need to talk about the core methodology, the problem-based learning engine.
We absolutely have to open up this engine. Problem-based learning, or PBL. The curriculum explicitly demands this because it totally flips the dynamic of the room. It shifts the kids from passive, boring listening to active doing. You've got to engage these students with authentic contexts rooted in real, everyday situations outside the classroom. Give them open-ended problems that actually have lots of correct solutions, not just one single answer hidden at the back of a textbook. It relies heavily on collaborative teamwork, and it's got to be hands-on. Your micro-lesson needs to capture that exact same dynamic energy.
But you know, to make PBL actually work in practice, you need a solid framework. The absolute backbone of this methodology is the design process, specifically the IDMEC steps: investigate, design, make, evaluate, and communicate. Every single project or problem you throw at your learners is going to flow right through these steps. They'll investigate a local issue, dream up some design ideas, build a prototype, evaluate it, and then confidently present what they've done.
Just to put that into perspective, think about that final step: communicate. It's not just loose theory, it is a highly structured procedural process. When learners communicate their final products, they are actively analyzing target groups, setting objectives, picking the right media, and even evaluating their own presentations. For your lesson, you just need to show the examiner that you know how to guide learners through structured, intentional steps exactly like this one.
Right, let's move on to the rulebook. Navigating the CAPS document, which is basically your ultimate roadmap for all of this.
The CAPS document dictates exactly what content you need to cover. Your 5-minute presentation is going to need to zero in on one of the 4 core areas: structures, material processing, mechanical systems and control, or electrical systems and control. These 4 strands are mandatory every single year in the senior phase. A quick tip for your assignment: you might want to just do a snappy lesson introducing a fun concept within structures, for example. Keep it super focused.
I absolutely love this quote directly from the CAPS general aims because it perfectly hits the nail on the head. It says, the goal is to combine thinking and doing in a way that links abstract concepts to concrete understanding. This subject is never just theory. It's the ultimate combination of brain power and practical skills. Your job is to link those abstract math or science concepts to a concrete reality. Keep that philosophy in the back of your mind as you plan your 5 minutes.
Okay, let's get down to business.
building your lesson plan, and actually executing those 5 minutes. Let's translate all this theory into something tangible. You'll want to map out your lesson plan in a really structured way to make sure your short time slot hits all the assignment constraints and CAPS requirements. Pick your focus area, say structures, then anchor it in your core methodology, which is our problem-based learning. Decide which part of the IDM-EC process you want to highlight. Maybe you just simulate the investigate phase. You could introduce a local bridge failure and task the kids with identifying the real problem. Just be super specific about what enabling tasks they'll actually perform.
And when you actually deliver this thing, remember your pedagogical role in the room. 5 minutes goes by in an absolute flash. You need to hook their attention immediately with a crazy new idea or a thought-provoking question. Tell them exactly what the expected outcomes are so they know the goal. Guide them through the content in quick, consumable chunks, and explain exactly how you'd manage their collaborative group work. Show the examiner that you can mediate learning in a way that works for all different types of students.
So are you ready to take that required presentation selfie? You've got the mentor's blueprint now. You know exactly what sets the academic subject apart from everyday tech. You've got the IDMEC process down, and you know how to use CAPS as your guide. The only thing left to do is set up that camera, step into the shoes of a confident senior phase teacher, and absolutely crush that 5-minute presentation. The real question is, how are you going to challenge your learners to change the human-made world today?